Hi, happy Juneteenth. And what a wonderful day to celebrate the freedom of African Americans. And so on my Facebook, I posted today to remind everybody that Black people were not slaves. I'm going to say that one more time. We were not slaves. We were an enslaved people. We'll never, ever, ever own that word. I'm never going to own that word for me or my ancestors. We were not slaves. We were enslaved. Prior to the great kidnappings, we were family. We were healers. We were scientists. We were warriors. We were creators. We were artists. We were kings. We were queens. Tribal leaders. We conquered. We sailed. We traveled. We discovered. We were a mighty people that was enslaved and brought to a continent. And before some of us were brought to this continent, we were dropped off at some of the islands. And not one of those places could have flourished the way it did without us. They're always telling us to go back to Africa. And when we try to, they try to stop us because they know that they cannot function without us. They need us. They need our culture. They emulate everything about us. And for them to say to go back to Africa is not the worst thing we can do. The great land of Africa where everything is, cradle of civilization, land rich in resources. Liberia. Ask those folks who went back and founded Liberia. So on this great Juneteenth, I say we are liberated and we are still liberating ourselves. How y'all doing today? I'm doing fine. What's been happening lately? Let's see. If it ain't one thing, it's another. So lately, okay, have you ever walked into your house and you go, Well, when it first started, I was outside. And I got around my garbage can. I go, what's that smell? But I couldn't really catch it because actually I'm nose blind a lot. It's like something's gone with my sense of smell. But anyway, so as the days progressed, I kept smelling something. I look around. I couldn't figure out what the odor was. So then one day my son came over and I was like, hey, do you smell something? And he was like, yeah. So he opens up the door from the kitchen to the garage and he goes, ah! He said, smells like something's dead out there. And then, it kind of hit me, right? The whole odor kind of hit me. And it was like, that ain't no small smell. That's a big smell. That's like a big animal smell. And so I immediately got on the phone and called the Division of Wildlife because I've had problems with raccoons in the attic. So I called them. So I called them on like a Wednesday, but they couldn't get anybody out till the next, I think Monday or so. So Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember. But anyway, so that day came and my granddaughter happened to stop by in town because she was up in Denver with her dad. So she came home for a night. And she wanted us to show her beautiful new hairdo and everything like that. She looked gorgeous. So she said, can you take me to the beauty supply store? I need to get some things. So I did. I said, I need to rush. I got about half an hour. So we got the stuff. Sorry, my clothes is crazy. So we got her stuff. And I have 4 minutes to spare because they said they were going to come in between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Well, she lives 2 blocks down from me. So that means like when you pull out of her apartment complex, you just drive to a stop sign. There's a street and then there's my street and I'm the second house on that street. So I turned in there. So I got there about 3:57. So when I got to my house at 3:57, there's a thing on the door and it says, "Sorry we missed you." I'm like, are you serious? It's not even 4 o'clock. Just because you came by, knocked on the door, I wasn't there. You need to adhere to the fact that you said between 4 and 6, and you need to wait for me. You need to give me a 5 to 10 minute wait. So I called, and I always feel sorry for those people who answer the phone, who are like the people who are just making the appointments, because they get all of our grief. So I had to apologize, and I was so frustrated. And I said, do you understand that I'm smelling something that smells dead? And she said, I'm sorry, you know, I can only type all this in, and there's nothing I can really do. And so then she sets the appointment, and it's like the next Tuesday they won't come. I said, I'm supposed to sit up in this house for another week with this dead smell. So after that, I got to thinking, I'm like, I got a freezer out there. I wonder if I hit something where there's an extension where it's plugged up that I might have hit and it's off. But me was not going to go out there and check, because I'm not coming across nothing dead. Okay? So the guy came out Tuesday, and he looked around, and he was like, yeah, that freezer's not even on. You could tell that it's just not on. And like he said, it could be your freezer and all your meats in there are spoiled. And he wouldn't even open the freezer door. He's like, oh, when you open that, that's going to really make you feel like you're going to gag and vomit. Like, so you're not going to open it? So the next day I had my son come in, and my daughter, I started cleaning out the garage, and my son was like, he said, I can't. He went back in there, I can't. He saw maggots. He said, and my mom had warned me. She said, I meant to tell you, if it's your freezer and those meat have been in that long, there's going to be maggots. Oh, and I hate to say this to y'all. I don't even want to talk about it. So he saw it. He wanted to deal with it. So my daughter, she's like, forget this. And, you know, she's like into chakras and all that. She said, breathe it out. You got this. So I had already bought the mask and gloves and everything. And they went in there, and that girl she said, you hold this bag. And she emptied that whole freezer out, and we dumped it by a dumpster from where she lived. And what is my point? I don't know. It's like there's always something. And number one, I thank God that I didn't have to pay for the man to come out to check out what the problem is. So I'm thankful for that. I have to close. I just noticed that reflection on my computers and my glasses. So I didn't have to pay because it was a free for them to come out. He did say that he saw evidence of raccoons that were going under the house. And what cost me $200 in 2018, he said it's $400. And I'm like, well, they got a new home. So that didn't happen. And then two, I wanted to pay my children. They're adult kids in their 30s. I wanted to pay them for doing that, cleaning that out for me and getting that all cleared out for me. And my son says, we're your children. You're our mother. We're supposed to help you. You don't need to pay us. And my daughter was like, no. She said, plus you bought me a washing machine and dryer. She said, no, you don't need to get nothing for my birthday, which is Sunday. Or her birthday is tomorrow. Sorry. Her birthday's tomorrow. I got to remember, June 20th. And she said, no, you know, you've done it. That's what we do. We're your children. That's what we do for you. So I was really grateful that I'm at that age where my kids seems to want to check on me, take care of me, do things for me, and not expect anything in return. And so I felt really, really grateful for that. So that turned out really, really well. And I'm still in good spirits. I still optimistic. This coronavirus thing, I don't know if we still have it or we still don't. I'm in that state that is not in red, where like I'm in the state of Colorado, so they don't have us on the map as the coronavirus rising here in our state. I've been feeling weird again. So, but not sick, but weird. But I think I contribute to all of that to my sinuses. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just trying to take it day by day. I am sometimes wearing masks, sometimes not wearing masks. It's just hit or miss right now. I have to, my grandson will be graduating this coming Friday. They're actually going to let them have a ceremony, and they can have up to 6 guests. So my mother and father are supposed to be going. I'm going. My daughter and her husband's going, and I'm going to bring my oldest granddaughter to attend his graduation. So I'm praying to God that we all live to see him graduate. He's my first grandchild to graduate from high school. I love him. I'm so proud of him. I can't wait. So anyway, I wish you guys would kind of leave me a little comment, a like to my videos. I know most of it's just me ranting and just talking, and sometimes I hope that people who watch these videos can connect to something, because we all need to know that sometimes the things that we go through, we're not alone in those things, and these weird things that happen to us, how we have to take it one step at a time. Sometimes it gets really weird that they seem to keep coming and we can't seem to stop it, but we still got to battle it one thing at a time. And I'm working on this on me, because it don't matter how many times the Lord brings me through a lot of stuff, I still will have anxieties when a new thing comes. And so I'm praying that he works on me, that I don't deal with things, that I don't have the anxiousness over that I truly in my heart remember that he will make a way. So I'm encouraging you all to always be optimistic. I don't care in whatever situation you are in. Stay optimistic. Stay hopeful. Stay prayerful. Always know, or always get that feeling up. It's going to be okay, no matter what. Look forward to a good day. Look forward to a brighter day. Today has not ended, so stop focus so much on tomorrow and just be grateful for the moment that you're in, and just thank God for the happy moment that you are in. Gotta work on the weight right now. Picked up, I don't want to tell you how many pounds. So I'm working on finding some really good meal replacement shakes. I'm going to go that right now, and I need to back off because I started eating breads and starches, and I need to slowly get that out of my diet. And so I was, like I said, I was working at a church, and I was volunteering, giving out lunches and stuff, and I was starting to eat their sandwiches, and then they'd have all this other food stuff that you could get boxed food, and it had all that stuff that I hadn't been eating, and I started eating. So I said the best way for me to stop eating those type of foods is stop being around them. And so that volunteering there has pretty much come to a full stop. So got to take care of myself first. And so anyway, I hope you guys are hanging in there. You're having, good days, more good days versus bad days. For all of you who are there fighting for Black Lives Matters, I'm there with you. Been there, done that, child of the 70s. I'm proud of you. This is your generation. This is your world. We're starting to creep out of it, but we salute you, we support you, and we love you. You all have a good day. Bye.